All right. Let me just get this on here. Actually, you won't be able to see me, so I'm just going to face it forward. It is now about 6 o'clock in the morning. And the reason why I'm driving to work this early in the morning
Shiz.
is because I took yesterday off. And as I mentioned in my previous vlogs, this place wants you to work 40 hours a week. No less, no more. And if you do have to take a day off, there's really nothing much they can do if only work 32 hours. It's looking pretty cloudy out here. It says a good chance of storms today, all day today and all day tomorrow. There's a lady walking her dog, very cute. That was kind of cool. This is a lady walking a dog, and you probably saw it on camera, you probably did because it's so dark. And she had on a reflective vest, and on the vest itself it had a blinking light. On the dog had a reflective vest and a blinking red light on both sides of the dog. I've never seen that before. Seriously, I've never seen that before. I thought that was really cool. A little bit later today, I want to discuss a little bit about the iPhone 5 announcement by Apple, the iPhone 5 and the iPod announcement. I was impressed. It wasn't enough for me to get away from Windows Phone. It's not enough. It did not impress me 100%, but it was impressive. I think the two things I was most impressed about was Siri, the improvements they made on Siri. They're going to add Siri to the iPod Touch. And I was really impressed with the iPod Nano. I like that. Instead of putting every single song that I want to listen to onto the Nokia, and maybe only putting my favorite songs on the Nokia, I may get the iPod Nano to put all my songs on it for like jogging or exercising, stuff like that. I think that's a great idea. If money goes well, because I do like Apple products. I never said I dislike Apple. Never said it. I like Apple products. It's just not for me. But instead of getting an iPhone, that iPod Touch looked pretty damn good to me. I liked it. I wouldn't mind getting an iPod Touch, along with the Lumia 920. And then I have the best of both worlds. Then I have the Nexus 7. I have the best of all three worlds. Nexus 7, iPod Touch, a Microsoft Surface, and the Lumia 920 as my main phone. And one thing I was impressed with was that the iPod Touch also does 1080p video. Now, the iPhone does is an 8 megapixel camera. The iPod Touch is a 5 megapixel camera. Okay, so that's just like any other phone that's been made in the last few years. But the iPod Touch is not a phone. So, there you go. Whereas the iPhone is the flagship of Apple mobile technologies, the iPod Touch is just a limited version of the iPhone because it's not a phone and it doesn't exactly have all the specs of the iPhone. Will I ever get an iPad? I don't know. The iPad does not impress me. It does not. It does not impress me well enough to where I gotta have an iPad. I have to have an iPad. But what was announced yesterday was the iPhone. They already announced iOS 6. That's already been announced. But they did cover a lot of the features of iOS 6. And they also talked about the iPod. So it seemed like they got rid of the iPod Classic. That's been gone. The one with the hard drive, in it. and it seemed like they're pushing the iPod Touch and the iPod Nano. They didn't make any changes to the iPod Shuffle. Now, one thing I was disappointed about the fact that the iPhone does not have NFC. They did not adopt that technology. And I'm very unhappy about that, because the only phones that will have NFC will be the Windows Phone and the Android. And Android did have it first. But the fact that the iPhone will not have NFC will not make the merchants purchase NFC reader equipment so that we can go ahead and start using our phones for payments. I think that was a very sorry, very inexcusable feature that maybe was not announced. If it was announced, or it wasn't announced, but if it is a feature, they did not make a big deal out of it, or they did not mention it. But I'm kind of surprised, because they could at least say, and it has this, it has that, and it's got NFC capabilities. Oh, great. NFC. Great. We're moving forward in technology. But it doesn't have NFC. I was very disappointed to hear that. And another disappointment, I think a lot of people can agree with this, wireless battery charging. It doesn't come with it. Now, there are some accessories that you can purchase through third party that will give you the ability to do wireless charging. What they have to do is literally take apart the phone and put the wireless battery in it so that you can have wireless charging on your iPhone. But I'm going to get some coffee real quick, because I need some coffee. I'll be right back. Let me turn off the phone real quick.
Shiz.
About what you see. All the way home, I can just... All right. Got my coffee. Ready to go to work. Let's see. Here we go. Open my visor here. Oh, it's so fucking dark. I'm not sure if I'm getting anything on video. You probably are not seeing anything. Except for maybe street lights, which is not that much of. I swear, as compared to as it looks during the day, it's very dark out here. Except for like at these intersections where they have these street lights. And it seems like I'm hitting these street lights a lot more often than I do during the day. Why is that? Am I going to hit every single red light there is? But luckily I'm not pressed for time, so that's a good thing. It really doesn't matter what time I get to work. Ooh, this looks weird. And it looks weird to me because I try this every single day, and it looks completely different at night. It doesn't even look the same. But I tell you, the traffic is nice. No rush hour. This is good traffic here. It's like 6:30 in the morning right now. This is good traffic. I like it. When I was younger, I used to drive around a lot at night because it was so peaceful. In LA, well, you can't do that today. LA is heavy traffic all day and night. But back in the day, by 10 o'clock, the freeways were quite empty. And I used to travel the freeways at night because it was very peaceful. Didn't have anywhere to go, just hit the freeway and drove. And it was really nice. I loved it. Now, I got plenty of time. I want to start at 7 because I'm trying to make coffee and, do what I got to do. Okay, this time I'm going to park right over here, facing forward. Facing in, so I can so yeah, there was a lot of good things that came out of the iPhone announcement and the iPod. I think the iPods were the biggest ones. I really am impressed with the iPod Touch, iPod Nano. They didn't do anything new with the iPod Shuffle except for the fact that they're going to have matching colors. Like the colors they're going to come up with iPod Nano are going to be the same colors that they're going to come up with iPod Shuffle. So I think that's cool. And they got my green color. I'm not very happy about Nokia coming out with a green phone. The iPhone will still be simple white and black, which, I mean, it's not really a big deal because you can always get a cover, a special color cover for your iPhone. And I don't care what type of material a phone is made with, whether it's got the polycarbonate, whatever, cover that the Nokia has or the special metal cover that the iPhone comes with. It doesn't matter. You're still going to need a cover because everyday usage, you're going to scratch it up, you're going to bang it up pretty nicely, and, even to the point where you may break it. So having a cover, you're walking about and then you drop your phone, you don't want to break it, so you kind of want to make sure that you put some type of cover on it to reduce the amount of damage that you can do when you drop a phone. I've dropped this phone plenty of times on concrete, asphalt, tar, literally just bam, and I'm like, oh, the phone is hosed. Well, because I got this cover on it, it protected it and it stopped it from breaking, and it still works. So sometimes, you just drop your phone, and so that will make your phone thicker, but it will protect your phone from breaking. So I still suggest get a cover. I did stop and get some coffee at Krispy Kreme's. I needed something to wake me up because I was still. I wish I brought my camera in, but so funny. Like I walked in, I'm like, yeah, I need to get a coffee. She was like, what size? I just stood there like. She was like, you haven't woke up yet, huh? No. Medium. She was like, all right. Do you need any room for cream? No. No room for cream. So it was kind of funny. I wish I got that on camera because I was kind of. If you ever heard or seen that Bill Cosby himself video, the comedy act he did many years ago, and the kids wake up, they're like, wow, what hour, that's how I felt this morning. The chocolate cake. Anybody who's seen Bill Cosby himself, yeah, you guys understand what I'm saying. That dentist one is hilarious. That dentist one. I got my lip on the floor. I can't imitate him. He is definitely one of the best comedians that's ever hit the stage. To this day, I can still watch the Bill Cosby show and get a really good laugh out of it. Whereas I was trying to watch, I used to love, what's the name of that show? Oh, darn it. Married with Children. And it wasn't funny. It wasn't, and I used to love that show when I was a kid. But it wasn't funny. The Bill Cosby show, I can watch it today and still get a really good laugh. I mean, I'm sitting there laughing my ass off because it's really well-written stuff. I mean, the material is just so great. And to me, it's more true than Married with Children. Married with Children was a funny show back in the days, but it's too timed. You know, it was for that time period. You know, and I think Bill Cosby's show, that show will live on for a very long time. It just will. It just cannot. I don't think the material will ever die. You know, so. And that show was a breakthrough in as far as black people are concerned, you know, showing a black family who's very successful. Even a successful black family will have similar issues with, you know, children not doing the right thing, stuff like that. People are coming in right now.
Sun's rising.
Shiz.
You know, this kind of reminds me, you know, this time right now of when I was in the Army. We had to get up this early to do PT, which is physical training. And this is about what you see in the summertime. The sun barely coming up. You're standing in formation. It's like 6:30 in the morning. And you're about to do a 2-mile run. And then in the wintertime, it's dark as hell because the sun comes up a little bit later. So this is all you see is either this or even darker during PT hours, which usually goes from like 6:30 to 7:30. All right. The day is over. And good grief, I am tired. I mean, like, really. What a long day. I just did 12 hours. From 7 to 7. I'm tired. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and shop here instead of going all the way home. I can just get the shit I need here and then go home from here. That's a better idea. I'm still kind of limping with my leg. It's a little bit of strain still. My ankle still hurts like hell, especially when I walk a lot. When I walk just a little bit, it's not so bad, but when I walk a lot, like if I have to like do a lot of walking, like the meat department's way in the back of the store, and it adds a few extra feet for me to walk. I should have took my cane with me. It really hurts now. Natural lamb. It's good stuff. This is a H-E-B brand, but I imagine any lamb from anybody of your local grocery store will have a good lamb. It's a little bit more expensive than beef. If you get cheap beef, you know, cheap beef is less expensive. If you get the extra lean beef, of course, it's more expensive. But lamb, you know, I really don't know if lamb is better than beef or not. I really don't. And okay, for some reason, my camera keeps turning off. And I don't know why. Okay. Let me get out of here. And the reason I have the camera facing forward because there's no sun. And I'm afraid that, oh, okay, I better slow down. I want to get in the right lane because this is kind of scary. The ground is very slippery. $7:25, and there's still a lot of traffic out here, probably because of the rain. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like this all the way home. 7:20. It's 7:20 right now. My car says 7:26, so it's probably like 7:18. But it's gonna be like this all the way home. You know, I planned on taking the camera out on a little trip last weekend, but my ankle was still hurting, so I wasn't able to do the things I wanted to do with the shiz podcast last weekend. You know, my wife, she works from 11 to 11. Now it's still a stack time, so it's like 10:45 to, or 11:45 to 10:45. And what I wanted to do was catch a train downtown and walk around downtown with the camera just to capture a few sights, you know. But with my ankle, there is no way I could, even with the cane, I could make that trek the way I want it. I wonder how the Mopac 1 is doing. At some point, my camera's going to cut off. It's going to be at the 30-minute cycle. And if it does that, I'm not going to start it again because I'm not going to be in a place to restart it.
Shiz.
Don't forget to like this video.
Shiz.
Don't forget to like this video.
Shiz.
Don't forget to like this video.
Shiz.